What up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers? Today's October 28, 2025, and let's check out what happened on MetaZoo Monday on October 27th. Oh, that's right. You've seen the title of this video, and you know they did jack squat. As usual, a big zero, a big goose egg. I don't know what's wrong with GQL or MetaZoo, so I guess I'll make a little disclaimer. I don't know any of these employees or these people myself, so I just want to say it's not a personal attack. Maybe they're amazing people outside of the company, but as far as running this company, I don't know if it's just one moron or like a group of morons that are making these horrible decisions, but it's hilarious. Like, what are you morons doing? Like, Ben, I don't know if you're a moron, but you're the one that wrote all this, and you showed up to MetaZoo Monday just to say there's no MetaZoo Monday. Like, what are you doing? And maybe he was told to do this. Maybe Charlie told him to do it. Maybe Travis told him to do it. Maybe Richard Garfield told him to do it. I have no idea. But nonetheless, here's what happened on MetaZoo Monday. So Ben shows up. It says, there will be no MetaZoo Monday today. Like, you know what this is equivalent to? It'd be like if you're sitting at work and someone shows up a little late, like Ben, and it's like, hey everybody, I made it, I'm here. And everyone's like, hey, it's Ben. And then he's like, hey, I'm not going to work today. And then everyone's like, hey, get the fuck out of here. Why'd you even show up, you moron? What do you mean you're not going to work today? What'd you show up for? Like, literally, if he had time to say there's not going to be any MetaZoo Monday, and he's already there in the Discord, you may as well just stay for a bit and do MetaZoo Monday. Like, if you made the effort to do this, and they don't want to associate themselves with old school OG MetaZoo, right? Well, why are they even trying to do MetaZoo Mondays? That's an OG thing, right? Ask Mike anything. Anyways, that's because they were traveling back from Houston and they didn't have a data plan. They couldn't find Wi-Fi. They couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. Thank you to all of the community members who attended to the event to support MetaZoo. We will be back next week with the Q&A, giveaways, and more as we gear up towards release of Secret Shadows. Like, I don't know how basic this is to understand, but you're a cryptid TCG. This was October 27th. Halloween's on the 31st, on Friday. And you did nothing. What are you morons doing? Seriously, they didn't get the booster packs out in time. You didn't get the dark set out. And, you know, whatever, right? Maybe there's reasons. Maybe the printers, maybe this and that. But you know what? Consumers don't give a shit about excuses. And that's at the end of the day what everyone watching this video is. We are the consumers. We vote with our wallets. If you can't get shit done, we're going to go somewhere else. That's the way it works in the real world. So I don't know how fat the pockets are of GQL or MetaZoo or Charlie or whatever, but that's what's happening. I don't know if you noticed the eBay sales videos, but I'm not making up those numbers. Those aren't AI videos. Those are real numbers of people voting less and less for MetaZoo. And then they're like, oh, next week we'll do a Q&A. What, a week after the Collecticon? A week after you had momentum of a successful weekend? I think it was successful. I have no idea. I would assume it was. But, you know, they'll do some giveaways. So they'll give some non-holo promo card away. I don't know. Some mailbox non-holo card. And by the time next Monday shows up on November 3rd, who's going to give a shit? It's already after Halloween. And you did nothing. You couldn't even sit down at some restaurant. You couldn't even just chill at McDonald's and just do the MetaZoo Monday. There's not many people looking forward to MetaZoo Monday, but there are a few. There is at least a couple handfuls of people that are looking forward to it. And you couldn't do it. I mean, I already said in my last video, it's only a matter of time before there's a Meta 3. Now that might take years. It might be next year. I have no idea. Will there be a fourth set with GameCubator Labs? If they've already printed it, yes. But if they haven't printed it yet, I can't imagine there being any sets after Secret Shadows. Oh, and before we talk more about that, he gave us a spoiler. Maybe the dumbest spoiler ever, or the most genius spoiler ever. Check this out. Ben gave us a sea salt spoiler. A jar of sea salt and some creepy symbiote entity. I don't know what demon this is, but I do at the same time. I believe this is GQL right here. Standing around the corner looking at the MetaZoo community. That's what this is. And it's getting salty in here. A little bit came out. These are the people that don't care anymore. They don't even talk about MetaZoo. They don't complain. They don't have any hope. They're out. They're out of the community. They're already left, and I don't know. This thing might get a little more empty because more people are leaving every week. It's absolutely crazy. What's this GQL entity thinking? He's looking at the MetaZoo community being like, how can I fuck things up even more this week? Or maybe this is MetaZoo Monday. Maybe this is Ben, and he's looking around the corner being like, at the MetaZoo community and be like, let's see what happens. Let's see how fucking salty MetaZoo community gets if I tell them, if I show up to say there's no MetaZoo Monday, instead of just doing a MetaZoo Monday, because I'm already here. I showed up to work, but I just told everyone I'm not going to work. Like, what kind of stupid... I don't know, man. GQL, if you can hear me, maybe go to your website and read your own website, because you said you have hundreds and hundreds of years of experience and how Magic the Gathering and Pokemon make $45 billion in revenue. You guys say you were responsible for part of their success. Is this what they did? 4 or 5 days before Halloween, they put out a common card, Sea Salt spoiler, and said, we're not doing shit. We'll see you next week after Halloween. And we're not going to release shit for Halloween. And we're just going to give you vague answers like Charlie did last week, saying the booster packs are going to come out sometime during the holiday season. Whatever that means. That's a pretty big window of time, the holiday season. I mean, I don't know what the new MetaZoo's doing. How many balls do you need to drop? There's a guy somewhere with a blindfold on that is drunk with a broken leg that's hitting more pins and less gutter balls than MetaZoo's doing. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I hate to say it, but this company is just full of morons at this point. And maybe they're not all morons. I mean, the artists aren't morons. The artists were the best thing about the old MetaZoo when it went bankrupt, and they're still the best thing. The artists, if you're listening to this video, no problem with you. You guys are knocking it out of the park. But as far as whoever's in charge, I don't know who it is, but man, you're a moron or morons. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing. It's bad. But at the end of the day, I don't care that much, and everyone watching this video doesn't care that much because we don't need GQL, we don't need MetaZoo, we don't need MetaZoo cards because we already got all the OG MetaZoo cards we wanted. Like, we vote with our wallets. We don't need you. You need us. You need the consumers. You know what I mean? And if you don't know how to, I don't know, build a community, don't know how to promote stuff, don't know how to market anything, don't know how to talk to people, like maybe they do at the conventions. But I can't imagine if people are buying product for MSRP at conventions and then going on eBay and realizing they paid 70 to 80% too much. That probably leaves a sour taste in their mouth too. Everything's going the wrong way. I don't know when they're going to pivot or make a management change or an employee change. Maybe they have and I don't know about it. But all I see in the Discord is talk about, Wikipedia pages getting changed. Gaichu had a whole video about it with Anonymous Bob changing the Wikipedia page. And then you have promo cards that are being sold on Quote that aren't gradable because they're considered unreleased promos or stolen. And then you have Torrential Tides packs that have base set cards in it. Oh, I just want to speak on that for a second in the announcements area. So on October 14, 2025, Ben made a little statement talking about how the Torrential Tides, there's MetaZoo 1 alt art cards in Torrential Tides packs. And they talked to their printing partner and verified this is a limited issue affecting less than 200 Torrential Tides packs. Now, we've seen a lot of videos and heard a lot of stories about people pulling, the alternate art cards from base set in Torrential Tides packs. Now, they're saying this is limited to 200 packs or less. Affecting less than 200 Torrential Tides packs. Does anyone believe that? Based on the amount of stories you've heard and actual video proof you've seen or the live streams, 200 packs or less, that means what, 10 booster boxes or less? Because 10 booster boxes would be 240 packs. So that would be what, about 8 or 9 boxes or less were affected by this? Maybe he meant to type 200 boxes or 200 cases. There's no way it was only 200 packs or less. Now, maybe they're right, and just all of those 200 packs were coincidentally opened up on video. But, I mean, there's a lot of stories of people pulling the base set cards out of Torrential Tides packs. And for all of them to be opened already, like how short was the print run for Torrential Tides that we've seen so many cases of it happening with such a small amount of packs being affected? So I personally do not believe this number. Maybe he meant to write boxes or cases. But I don't think it was only under 200 packs that were affected by this. But at least they do have a solution for it at benmetazoo@gmail.com. And why do they have a Gmail? Wouldn't you think they'd have like a company email? You know what I mean? Like most companies have their own email, like at metazoo.com or gamecubatorlabs.com, but he's just got a basic gmail.com. That's interesting. Not a big deal, but I don't know. That seems weird to me. And I do want to highlight one comment that was made after Ben said there's no MetaZoo Monday. It was made by Savage. Really hoping things turn around for Zoo soon, and they have some marketing secrets to reveal or something. The community and atmosphere is not in a place where we should be taking weeks off. 100% agree. He said this perfectly. Like, you can't be taking Mondays off after a Collecticon when your company already sucks as bad as it does. And I hate to say it, but it sucks. The new MetaZoo sucks. Now, the artwork doesn't suck. The alternate arts don't suck. The print quality sucks. But as far as the way they're running things, the community interaction, maybe they do it good at Collecticons. Maybe they trick some people to buying boxes at MSRP. But I'm sure those same people that bought it, if they do any research at all, are severely soured by the fact that they paid, like I said, 70 to 80% too much. Maybe the reason why they haven't done anything is because they know behind the scenes it's already over. They just got to get out the sets they printed. And obviously they're not going to be like, yeah, it's over. Because then they're going to sell even less than they're already going to sell, which isn't going to be very much. Because not many people are pre-ordering. Distribution's not doing much with them. And when you see the company showing up on a MetaZoo Monday, which they don't want to do OG MetaZoo things, but yet they're trying to keep the MetaZoo Monday thing, which is weird. They'll show up to say there's no MetaZoo Monday instead of just doing it. Like, if you're going to show up, then just stay for a bit. Stay for half an hour. Like, what, do MetaZoo employees sign a contract where they're not allowed to have a phone? They're not allowed to text people? If they're texting their friends or, you know, fellow colleagues or whatever, just do MetaZoo Monday. There's still people that care about MetaZoo Monday that will show up loyally to interact and have a good time, be part of the giveaway, get some spoiler. Like, how hard is this? And maybe the thing is, maybe it sucks to work at MetaZoo or Gamecubator Labs or whatever. Maybe that's why there's not even one employee that just wants to step up and be like, hey, I work for a TCG. This is a sweet job that most people would love to have, or at least I think so. I mean, maybe it sucks to work at a TCG. I have no idea. But how come there's not even one person that's like, hey, can I do MetaZoo Mondays? Like, it's just like, it's a job for them, and a shitty job. Because for all of us, we're collecting, it's a hobby, you know what I mean? We like collecting MetaZoo and whatever else. But maybe if we worked at the company, we'd be like, oh man, this sucks. I don't want this crap. Oh man, I work for MetaZoo. Because that's the vibe I'm getting, is that no one wants to work for MetaZoo or Gamecubator Labs, but it's a job. You know what I mean? They got to pay the bills. They got to show up to work to at least do their job at minimum, but they don't want to do anything beyond that. Maybe it's like a job that, you know, a lot of people have where they show up to work to pay the bills, but if that same workplace were to say, hey, do you want to help promote the company outside of your work hours? They'd be like, fuck no. I want to go home and see my family. I want to go play some baseball, watch some sports, whatever, have a drink. No, I'm just here during my work hours. When I'm outside of work, I'm not even thinking about work. And maybe that's what it's like to work at MetaZoo and Gamecubator Labs. Maybe it sucks. And maybe that's why there's no passion, no effort, no extra effort to do any community engagement. And now maybe they do in person at Collecticons and stuff, but maybe that's because they're getting paid. It's part of their job. But yeah, let's end this video on the best part of the video, which was the spoiler sea salt common card. And that's another thing, like, man, stop spoiling common cards. Anyways, I guess it's a thing now. That's one thing that will be synonymous with the new MetaZoo, is that they spoil common cards. Like, the cards that literally, when people are on ripping ships or opening packs, skip right through. They don't even see them. You might see the first common card when you open the pack, but besides that, most people are just going to skip right to the hit. And if you don't agree, I mean, if you're optimistic, if you think MetaZoo's on the right path, because I did see one comment in the Discord too, where someone's like, hey, they're doing it right. This first, you know what? I gotta highlight that comment because it blows me away that someone even could write what they wrote. Here, check this out. Yeah, this has to be the comment of the day on MetaZoo Monday from Flyer. I'm not sure what needs turning around. I mean, I don't know if Flyer is just an AI bot that is full of positivity. Like, is this a real person? He doesn't know what needs turning around. So I guess, you know, from Flyers' point of view, MetaZoo doesn't need to turn anything around. Everything's going in the right direction. I don't know how going completely down is the right direction. You don't need to turn anything around. They're taking a slow approach. Man, how many people need to say they're taking a slow approach before they realize, like, this isn't a slow approach. This is a moron approach. This is we don't know what we're doing approach to growth and not doing what old Zoo did. Well, obviously we don't want old Zoo, them to do what old MetaZoo did. Like, I don't know. You don't want to do the approach that they're doing right now or the old MetaZoo. Like, zero. But new MetaZoo does need a cult leader. They need someone that people want to follow. And unfortunately, that's not Charlie. I mean, Charlie is not the guy to lead the way anymore. Like, without a doubt, it is not. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy. I'm not saying he's not an amazing human in real life. But as far as running this company goes or making decisions, if he is the one in charge, he's not doing a good job. Like, he's not a cult leader. Yeah, with an amazing high and then a train wreck at the end. Yeah, it's easy to look back, 2020, right? And we'll see what we're saying about this MetaZoo in a year from now. New MetaZoo has been transparent about all of this, and I think things are going really well for year one. Like, is this AI? What do you mean it's going really well for year one? No, it's not. Not even close. Not even close to well. How, man, what's your definition of well and your definition of turnaround? And the game is going on a great kick lately. Where? Where? What are you talking about? What is this dude talking about? I hope Flyer makes a YouTube video showing all this amazing success that new MetaZoo's having and that they don't need the turnaround. Give it some time. Pokemon didn't, he probably meant to say blow up, glow up overnight. Well, but actually it did blow up overnight. When it first came out, it blew up pretty damn hard. It was a crazy success. So I'm not sure how he's saying that. Yeah, it did blow up actually. What, you think when it came out in 1999, it took several years for it to be popular? No, it blew up right away. And then it went down, you know, during, what, from like 2005 all the way to like maybe 2015 or something. It was a pretty low era, you know what I mean? There's a huge time span where Pokemon wasn't that popular at all. But when it first came out, it was very, very, very popular. That's why there's so much nostalgia for the OG Pokemon cards, is because everyone remembers it from their childhood of how crazy it was at the playgrounds, just everything. It was crazy. It was totally crazy. But I don't know, maybe Flyer works for MetaZoo and he had to say something positive in the Discord. Anyways, this video is way too long. I'm ranting way too much. But hey, had to get it out. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling the same thing. And if you're not feeling the same thing and you agree with Flyer, please comment below and explain why MetaZoo doesn't need to turn anything around. And how year one was very, where is it here? Things are going really well for year one. Please explain that to me. How was this a successful year? Look at base set and torrential tides. There's a lot of sweet looking cards in there. And as cheap as the product is, nobody wants to buy it. As we're all seeing, Footballer Pete on eBay. Here, let's just pull it up just to have it in the video here. Like, look at this. Every time I make this video, they still have 149 available. They can't even sell base set with the very first mailbox non-holo promo card for $64.88. They can't even sell this. Every time I make a video, it's 27 sold, 149 available. Day after day passes, and no one wants to buy base set MetaZoo at distribution pricing. And we got people commenting that year one is going well. Like, based on what? What is your definition of doing well? So anyways, to conclude this video, I think MetaZoo, as I've said before, has already failed. It's over. It's just a matter of time. They just got to get out the product they've already paid for, that's being printed or that is printed or whatever. And a year from now, we'll be talking about Meta 3. Right? If that's not happening, that's probably a good thing. I hope I'm wrong, as usual. But based on how it's going, I mean, it's only getting worse. Every time I make one of these rant videos, things are getting worse. Like, with less than a week before Halloween saying, we're not going to talk about anything until November 3rd. What kind of moronic idiots are running this company that don't do anything when you run a cryptid TCG before Halloween? How are you doing nothing? Absolutely dumb. Like, so lazy. Do a pumpkin carving contest. Do something. Something. They have no passion. No. It's unbelievable. What do? Nothing. They're like, we can't do MetaZoo Monday. We just came back from a convention. See, maybe it sucked. Maybe they have nothing to talk about. Maybe the convention sucks. Maybe that's why they don't want to do MetaZoo Monday, because they know the convention sucked and they didn't do too well, and that's why they don't want to talk about it. I don't know. Maybe it did well, but if everything went well at the convention, how would you not have the energy the next day to want to talk about it with the community that wasn't there? Would you not be excited? I mean, if you're an LA Dodgers fan and you were at the game all night last night, for what did they get to the 18th inning and they hit the home run? Do you think there's even one LA Dodgers fan that's a blogger or that makes content on any social media that would be like, I was at the game last night, I'll just talk about it next week? Fuck no. They would capitalize on the momentum of such a crazy game and capitalize on the amount of people that want to hear about what they have to say the next day. Like, that's how things work in the real world. When you want things to grow, you capitalize after a great event, after a great success story. You make content as soon as fucking possible. You don't say, we'll talk about it next week. Like, you guys are idiots. Absolute morons. Whoever's in charge. Now, maybe not all the employees are morons. The artists aren't. But whoever's pulling the strings, you are the morons of MetaZoo right now. Like, absolutely brutal. Maybe we should change it to Ask Morons Wednesday. Or, sorry, Ask Morons Anything Monday or something. I don't know. Anyways, MetaZoo's pretty much toast. Oh, and to give a quick little update, there's 1 day and 5 hours left in the auction for a whole pallet of UFO. There's one bid for $1,000. That's 576 boxes. I believe that's what, $1.73 a box? And we have 3 bids. It's up to $1,050 for 576 boxes of Seance. An entire pallet of Seance at $1,050 with a day and 6 hours to go. So, obviously, I'll be making a video about that. Please, someone in the chat, tell me if you're the one bidding on this. Please let us know. We're going to cheer you on. So far, every time I make a rant, unfortunately, I'm not wrong yet. And I really hope someday I am, so I can be like, holy crap, I was finally wrong. I really hope that video exists in the future where I'm saying, where the title is, holy crap, I was wrong. So, anyways, comment below, let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video, which will probably be talking about these pallets.